an
have
official
fun with that.
party.
The start of the stream always 10 minutes of retarded shit.
That is definitely true.
Anyway,
It's kind of a
it's
tradition.
quite good to speak our native language. We show that the group is
When
diverse.
last we left our heroes.
Heroes.
Relatively speaking.
Yes, relatively speaking.
Morons.
Yeah, of course not. Alright. You idiots all kind of... Well, fog started pouring out of the guy who, you know, you had captured. And then suddenly... all of you, went to go grab them, and they started to fade from existence. You guys are currently standing in the cave, although the walls are starting to fade away as well.
I don't suppose I'm here. I think I'm still lying in bed.
It's another thing. You notice that Groomash is now here.
Groomash?
Groomash!
Yeah,
How did you...
Not Groomash, sorry, Augusto. Augusto starts to...
Thank God.
Augusto starts to fade into reality.
What the fuck? I was cuddling Mel, and okay. Hello, friends. How are you doing? Thanks for saving my life.
You generally just start a conversation while we're having this mind-fucking state. No, never mind.
What the fuck is going on?
Is it still daylight out, or is it...
You can't tell. You're inside, currently, but it's starting to fade away.
Inside is starting to fade away.
Yeah, the cave is starting to fade away until it is gone completely. You now stand in, like, a very, like, smoky sort of area. Like, you can still see each other, but it's like... But, like, anything past, like, 20 feet is pretty heavily obscured.
What the fuck was in that last drink I had?
Nothing.
That's a good question.
Nothing. You weren't allowed to drink.
Oh. Oh, yes, of course, because I died. Good point.
Can I light up a torch?
Sure. You light up a torch. The area around you gets a little bit brighter, but, you still can't see beyond, like, the 20 feet.
Is there anything we see, like maybe a path or a trail or anything around?
Roll me a perception check. Or investigation, depending on which one.
Oh, investigation, never mind then.
Where the
No,
fuck did everyone else go?
You've already chosen, so that's...
I've chosen too. And I've chosen poorly.
Okay, so Tristan and Augusto start looking around, and then Tristan trips on basically cart tracks and falls and face plants into the mud.
Found one!
I think you did.
Nice one, human.
And then shortly after, as Augusto goes to help him up, he trips and falls as well.
Fuck.
Face planting into the mud with Tristan.
This mud is quite exquisite.
Okay, well...
Whatever you say.
Well, you found the road.
Hope you guys aren't eating horse shit right now.
There's
We're being crit failed, so luckily...
That would have been a shitty decision.
Looking towards the, I guess that'd be the... Yeah,
Left or right, basically.
Looking towards the east, well, I mean, you can't tell this, but the road goes east and west. Looking towards the east, it appears that the weather gets worse, whereas it starts to clear up towards the west.
Let's go that way, and I point to the west.
Everyone okay with heading west then?
Should I keep up the torch,
Alright,
or
yeah,
do we want to extinguish this?
Hey, you had the torch, you're in front.
You're a human, you
Come
can't
on,
see darkness.
I'm an elf, I can actually see in darkness. But
Oh, never mind.
I figured out, I thought it might actually, we'll be able to see a bit more through fog. But
I touched one of your ears and, like, there was definitely something in that water.
Alright, moving on, we are walking down, heading west.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe up top, at front, at least, I guess.
Okay, so, by the way, guys, your carriage is actually still here, so you going to...
Oh, put them in line?
Yeah, well, you're going to use the carriage, or you just going to walk, I guess?
Uh,
Everyone 2 by 2.
We have a carriage?
What kind of road is it? Is it like a sturdy road, or is it just like a mud road?
It's a mud road, just from like travel and general things like that. It seems pretty well.
I'll hop on my horse then. It's like, right.
I'll get into the carriage.
Everyone else into the carriage.
Yeah, I want to
So
carriage too.
Alright.
yeah, so you guys all kind of pile in. It's a little bit cramped considering how many of you there are.
Well, not everyone's in there. I'm on me.
Big I am.
Is Gusto his horse there or as well or not?
Yeah, Gusto. Yeah, everyone who has a horse, stuff like that. That's all there.
Yay, my horse is amazing.
So you guys are riding along the. So you guys are going west along the road.
Yes.
After so you guys are riding. What are you guys going to do while you're riding? For those of you that are on a horse,
Whistle a tune.
for those of you while you're on,
I'm gonna look around.
yeah, for those of you that are
I'm
on
basically
a horse,
looking out for you.
you can't really do much. But the people who are in the carriage, you guys can do like preparing action stuff like that if you want to, or just just general RP stuff.
I can't actually fucking whistle a tune.
Yeah, you can whistle a tune, but like
Sniff,
no one's gonna hear you.
And alert everyone.
Yeah, 19. Pretty good tune.
sniff, sniff. Everyone else has
Okay.
disappeared.
Suddenly a dragon comes out and like burns you all to a crisp, and you die horribly, thinking, "Why did he have to do a dragon mating call whistle?"
Because I like dragons. Duh.
By the way,
so we are seeing us next week.
yeah. By the way,
New characters.
yeah. By the way, Verric, the dragon knight, is here.
Do you
Alright.
like dragons?
However, you guys, on closer inspection, by the way, it appears that Mel, or dear God, what's the last guy's name? Oh yeah, sorry, no, last girl's name. It's Quentin's wife. None of them are actually
Quint's
here.
wife.
That's on it.
That
Yeah.
little hoe.
None of them are actually here. The only one that's here is Verric. Other than like the rest of
And
you guys,
I
of course.
Right.
So,
So,
Can I see if I'm basically on horseback, just looking around to see if I notice anything?
yeah, sure.
can I assist him?
No, sure, you're outside as well, but you're humming a tune, so do it with disadvantage.
Great. Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
You
Please tell me he just rides into a branch.
No, unfortunately, it's not. The road is actually pretty well kept. So yeah, you just kind of you're just whistling. So like you just kind of like you start looking around, but then you just kind of get lost in your own tune. You're just like,
this is a great tune.
I can't really whistle with the mic right in front of me because if I do, it'll blow out the fucking mic.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Dun 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 dun. Actually,
That's really
never
what I'm
mind.
whistling for the
1
10
second here,
hours
guys.
break.
I'm gonna get out the Westeros module instead. Just.
Suddenly, we are banned from YouTube for copyright laws.
My God. Okay. Anyways, Tristan, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary, other than the fact that, the fog is starting to lift a little bit. And you think that daylight you think you're pretty close to morning at this point. Like it's starting to get a little bit lighter. Okay. So what about the people inside the cart? You guys gonna do anything?
I am going to also look through the back of the carriage, see if there's anything I can spot behind us.
By the way, I kind of consider this being no, you're inside of it. I guess you can look out the back door. I kind of consider the carriage to be kind of a large traveling sort of thing, because I feel like you guys are probably more practical than. All right. So what do you guys? Is anyone else trying to do anything?
I'm probably just talking about this really odd situation, but under that, I don't want to do anything.
Well, all right. Talk about this odd situation. Please RP it.
The ghost or voice of the ranger shall do nothing.
No, she's here.
Hush.
Oh, I think she's sleeping. Okay.
So, does anyone know how we got there, or did everyone else have the same thing that I saw with the cave just disappearing?
Yeah.
What did you
Theros
smell?
nods.
He did does something about a curse, but I'm not. I don't know. Hopefully we don't just get caught by something we don't want to be messing with.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
And I'll just go through
Quentin,
my files.
what do we not want to be messing with?
A lot. A lot.
A lot.
A whole lot.
Okay, I'm assuming after a while, any difference?
Well, I'm literally. This is like a 2-hour RP thing. So, like, is there anything else you guys want to be doing while you're there, or is this it?
This one other dude?
No.
Can I hit him in the back of the head when he starts fighting with?
No, because he's outside on a horse.
Throw a rock.
Performance.
Yes.
Okay, so Arya.
Iron.
So Arya goes to throw a rock at Ghost, but then realizes she has to jump out of the cart, which is moving like way faster than she can run.
Which would go badly.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna
yes,
play
Tom?
with my pet mouse.
Yes, Tom.
What is the air? What is? Can we see to the sides of the road?
Yes, yeah. The road's not that big. It's it looks to be like and like, to use medieval terms, this is like one of those roads that you would see that's pretty well kept because it goes from like one important. It's an important trade route, basically, is what it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's pretty well.
No one on the road.
So that's why it's well kept, but it's no. Medieval times, even important trade routes would be pretty much empty for like most of the time, unless an army was moving through. And if that's happening, well, then this would be a very different campaign.
We're basically an army. We're basically an army.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
You guys,
Even close.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you guys being a group of adventurers, you guys would be like pretty high up on the mercenary count because adventurers tend to be have a lot more specialized equipment than most people do. Yeah.
AKA magical items.
But you can tell that like as the fog has started to lift, there are like giant trees on like both sides of the road. Oh my god, my friend is sending me text messages. Suddenly a random phone thing like just rings out.
What was that noise? My god!
Can I make a nature check to identify the noise?
This isn't. It is some kind of elfish. I cannot understand it.
Would you people shut up when trying to sleep?
No, different.
I poke the Oh no, never mind.
You're not inside the
I'm
Nice.
not inside the cabbage. I let
Ghost,
go.
keep it down.
I will poke the ranger in your stead.
Thank you.
Ghost. Shh. Let other people have their turn.
Alright, so alright, so now that is there anything last call, is there anything anyone wants to do before we just get
I want to make a nature roll
For what?
to identify if we're in the same area as before.
you do not need to make a nature roll. You can tell this is a different area than where you were in before. Like, for instance, like, whereas before you kind of were in like this bright green wooded area. Like these are like dark oak basically. You know, it's oh my god. Yeah.
Ooh, they're big ass trees.
Yeah, like a lot of dark oak trees. Occasionally some pine as well. Here and there. You've been transported to Michigan. No, you have not. A friend of mine. A friend of mine has literally just asked us. He quickly looks on the screen. He actually just messaged me. He's like, "Are they in Michigan?" I'm like, "No, they're not." I'm like, I should do that though. I should like totally make a fantasy kingdom.
Americans.
What was that thing? I think we're not in Kansas anymore.
You don't. So everyone gets really confused when you say that because that doesn't make any sense to them at all. Like, what's Kansas?
What is the Kansas?
Is that where you come from, Mormon?
Is that your land?
Is that like a cancer?
Or is that your tribe?
I think
that's it.
This brings me back to like my
Is that
favorite.
a sexual position?
This brings me back to my favorite thing that Matt Mercer did, which was like literally when somebody said, "Oh, so he's basically the Pope," and literally the guy at front's like, "What's a Pope?" He's just like, everyone's just like, "Oh wait, yeah, never mind." Shh.
Okay, so I'm assuming after that's anything different at this point?
No, wait. Prometheus, rock, paper, scissors.
Of course the of course the fog has started to clear a bit more, but I'm gonna move your characters real quick here. Slowly off in the distance, you see a gigantic structure. Like I'm talking huge. It's all right.
Super Fortress huge?
Is it like Donald Trump wall huge?
Alright, anyways, the fog kind of just, spills out of the forest, like, and swallows up kind of the road behind you. But ahead, there is this massive... On both sides of the road, there are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. A huge iron gate hangs on the stonework. There's like dew on like the rusted bars of the gate. There's 2 large headless statues of armed guards flanking the gates. Their heads are lying on the ground ahead of you.
You swear to God if those start moving.
They're actually gargoyles! Party kill.
If that was the case, it would have just squashed us in their boots. I'm assuming.
I'm gonna give you...
How tall would you say these are?
Well, I can just show you an image.
Oh,
yeah.
What do we know this architecture? Like, is it the architecture that we found in Avalon? Or is it
no, it's very okay, you guys wouldn't know
Can I roll history check?
You can. Hey, you don't know, you've never seen something like this before.
Can I roll? I mean
you can, but to let you know, like, to use a modern term, this architecture is like very Gothic, and you guys haven't been to the Empire, which is where you would see Gothic architecture.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I'm sorry. I literally was just like looking through, like, I was like looking online and found this image. I was like, this is awesome. I'm gonna use this for like the opening.
I totally understand.
Yeah,
it is awesome.
By the way, you guys are still like half an hour away from this thing.
Jeez.
Can we kick the pace up a little bit? Like, come on.
Yeah, you can.
Not to gallop, but just like a canter.
Well, actually, no, you can't, because the horses are going to be locked at speed 40 because they're carrying a carriage.
No, me and Tristan can.
Yeah, you two can if you want.
It.
If you want to like go up to it, but yeah.
Let's scout a little bit, Tristan. Let's go.
Okay.
Go right ahead then.
You two have fun.
Come with me, Tristan, or I'm not doing it.
Go find out what decapitated those statues.
I guess we'll... So you guys gonna be alright in there? While we go scout ahead?
I mean, in this case, it literally could have just been like it fell to disrepair, because, you know, statues that big, if like the neck is gonna go pretty easily.
Yeah, can I tell that it's just like really old, I'm assuming then, though?
Only I was on dwarf.
It's not that it is definitely very, very old, but the main thing is that it's just unkept. Like, the stonework itself is very fine, though. It must have taken a long time for these statues to start crumbling.
Must have been built by dwarves.
No, it is not, actually. You can tell that immediately that it was not built by dwarves.
Human hands?
Yeah, human hands, and actually it's very fine stonework. You suspect...
Must have taken them fucking decades.
You suspect that this actually, like... You suspect that the stonework has only, like, crumpled recently. Like, and by recently, I mean, like, recently in stone years, like, last 100 years. Yeah.
Did it crumble off, or is it like a direct slice for the statue? Or do we see this from
you can look at the picture. It's not a direct slice. It's like it's definitely like kind of a crumbled thing.
They've not been decapitated, Quinn.
Yeah, just making sure.
Well, they are decapitated.
We're fighting a titan
they were decapitated by, you know, rain rather than
time.
Rain and the slow decay of time.
Don't forget, snow and ice also plays a havoc on stone.
Yeah, it's another thing. Alright.
Alright, so anyways, I'm assuming after half an hour we finally make it to the gates.
Yeah, you do. As you guys actually, like, approach the gates, you're like, it's about 200 feet in front of you. The gates swing open. Well, very slow with a large creaking sound. I actually...
Seems like we've been invited, boys.
I actually don't think that it actually allows you. Does anyone want to roll Arcana?
Yes.
Going ahead.
Oh.
No, only the people outside of the actual vehicle are going to roll. Tristan, you can tell that these have been magically designed to let anyone who is not threatening into the actual gate.
That's
good to know we're so effective.
Big disappointment.
More specifically, if like there isn't like an army out there, it's gonna let you in. Like it's, yeah. So it's it's that kind of thing.
So I'm assuming everyone then at this point goes through.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, you guys.
We're heading in.
The gates creak open, and after you guys walk through, about the same distance you were away from it when you were heading towards it, the gates start to close again, and they latch behind you. You kind of hear the rusted creaks of metal as it shuts together.
And what do we see before us?
Nothing. It's just more road and forest. This is likely like a border outpost, basically.
This is a border outpost.
This is an outpost. Good lord, I'd hate to see the main fortifications.
Yeah. Now, as you now that you've actually kind of come through, there is still some like mist, but it's not fog anymore. You can see pretty easily now.
It's like morning dew, basically.
Yeah, kind of like more like that.
Yeah.
There are still very, very large trees around you. Tree trunks seem to be very close to each other. Very silent, though, is the thing that's creeping on you. There's no like sound of birds or like chattering.
Oh, I can do something about that.
I swear to God.
I can do something about that. Here you go. That tune. It's pretty decent.
Can I get a rock now?
Scoop one off to the side when the cards pass by and just donks him on the head with it.
Keep continuing to whistle the tune,
Alex Egg, will you just shut up?
Nope. This is my tune.
Tristan?
Yes?
You notice something up ahead.
Oh?
You're now a couple of minutes from the gates, but you notice that there's a man lying seemingly unconscious on the ground ahead of you.
I was like, oh, hold up.
What is
like,
what?
It's like, get the Verric or one of the druids who knows medical. We may have someone who needs.
Because everyone gets out of the car.
Okay.
No, not everyone. Just like basically one or two people. It's like need someone with medical knowledge here.
We hear the guy yell, "I need healing."
Oh, Ghost. By the way,
he's unconscious.
Augusto.
I know.
Augusto.
I know. But
hey, Augusto.
Me sleeping.
Hey, Augusto. A
yes?
few feet into the woods, you see something shimmer. It
Wait,
seems
you're cutting out. What do you say?
No, I'm
You're
not.
cutting out, Iron.
I'm not cutting out. Shut up.
Yes, you are for us.
Yes, you are for us.
Oh, then get used. Then
Yes,
get over it.
pretty robotic.
A few feet into the
tell
woods,
me, what did I see?
you see something kind of shine. Like the glint of like sunlight off of it.
Is it like
I
metallic?
jump off my horse and I walk towards it.
Okay. As you guys are all like, kind of worried about the guy lying unconscious ahead of you, Augusto heads into the woods. On the ground,
Nice
you
knowing
see,
you.
on the
Can some of
ground.
us see him going?
No, you can't. On the ground.
Rose is keeping an eye on him.
On the ground, you see a small diamond-like shape. It kind of shines a little.
I look what it is. Can I poke it?
Okay, you poke it, and as you do, the energy from inside of it floods into your veins, filling you with like a sort of energy. You are now level 2.
Thank you, Iron. Thank you.
Oh, I get more spells! Yay!
And more hit points.
If you want to start, I know you take. I'm just going to allow this right now. If you want to like try and start leveling up your character right now, you can. But again, not until you get a rest. You're not going to gain the effects of the level up.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Alright, so basically I'm assuming me and
out.
Veros are checking
Yeah.
the unconscious fella.
You check him, and unfortunately, he is not unconscious. He is dead. He has no pulse. There's kind of a foul stench kind of coming off of him. He's a human corpse. He's kind of half buried in the underbrush. He isn't on the road itself. He's kind of like a little bit really close to it, though.
Can I see what killed him?
Yes, you can. Well, his body is like surrounded by kind of paw prints, and there are like multiple bite marks and some scratches as well.
Wolves.
Yeah.
So wolves
That's-
basically would be the first thing I'd think of.
Yep.
Does he look like an adventurer, a
return.
soldier?
No, he
or-
appears to be a commoner.
How old is this?
So not armed or armored.
Well, now that you're kind of close enough to see, yeah, you can tell this guy's been dead for at least a day.
Oh, great.
In his hand, there is a piece of paper like crumpled in a grip that only a dead man can have.
So rigor mortis.
I will take a look at that piece of paper.
Okay, roll strength to pry it from his fingers.
Just a strength check.
Yeah, it's just a just athletics if you want.
Right.
Okay, yeah, you managed to pry his fingers open, although it's very difficult.
He majestically pries open the finger.
Yeah, and you pull out the letter. It's made of kind of a very flimsy parchment. It's very worn. There's like a symbol of a large bee kind of set into the wax seal.
All right. Is it like already been opened type
No,
deal, or
it's
unopened?
It's
like well, might as well see this, and I open up the seal.
Okay, you open up the seal.
This is
You
probably
pull
a
out the
message
letter.
for us.
It says,
Like the explosions.
"Hail all thee of might and valor. I, the burglar master of Barovia, and you honor with despair my adopted daughter, the fair Arena Kulva, has these past nights been bitten by a," and then it's kind of like smudged over. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. How my dear Arena, and then it kind of is faded out again, lavishes and dies from the, and then it's smudged out again, wound caused by the, smudged out again. He has become too powerful to conquer. I say to you, give this up for the, it's like smudged out again. This land with the symbol of good, let holy men be called whom their power, that this devil may be contained within the walls of the weeping, smudged out again. Leave the sorted to our graves, and save this world from the evil fate that is ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward, and we all shall depart for a better life. Signed, Kolya Ilnovich, Burglar Master.
I heard something about a daughter and about treasure. We're going.
It's like, would you just?
By the way, look at my biceps.
By the way, it's like before we do anything, should we do something about the body?
If you guys want to know, by the way, so the letter itself is dated to about a week ago, and it doesn't look like it was intended to you.
Noted.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
I don't think it's getting to anyone besides us now.
This is our job now. Alright, let's burn the poor fucker. Let's go.
Well, since the character stopped, I'm going to step out and see the body. Can we check his?
Pockets.
Pockets and so on.
You're a bad person, Quentin.
Okay, I'll check the pockets. Quentin, you distract him. I'll check the pockets.
I put a minor illusion up from like this bird flying. Look, a bird.
I don't believe in birds.
Everyone thinks this is extremely suspicious since there hasn't been a bird here and the entire time we've been there.
Can I hit the rogue with my? Can I slap the rogue?
Please don't.
Alright, yeah, sure. As you go to slap the rogue, you suddenly hear the howl of wolves off in the distance.
Yeah, I'm mounting my wolf.
Just put the body on top of the carriage. It's like wrap him up. We'll have him buried wherever.
Fuck no, that thing stinks.
Put him in
Leave
the
it.
carriage. Come on, buddy.
Did you find anything, Aura?
Piston, come
So
here.
found a letter. It's like we're heading into town. According to this, there may be a town nearby. We're heading there.
Okay.
Fine by me. Let's go.
I was like, yep.
Everyone gets in the carriage. And
We ride off. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, in about 6 seconds you hear a second wolf
What is
start
that
howling.
sound?
That's
What is this sound?
Alright. Yeah, I'll fix it.
Yeah. You guys suddenly hear another wolf start howling.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Let's hurry this up now. It's like I'd rather not.
Are we gonna get to play some puppies?
Honestly, not right now. We're not set up for whatever's out there.
I'm preparing a guiding bolt for myself to shoot it whenever I need to.
I'll get out my sword and my dagger.
Alright, so you guys as you guys start moving, the howling continues, but it seems further away. They appear to have been going back after the corpse.
Oh, good.
Right.
So you guys keep traveling, and I now have to, at this point I actually have to roll for things. Okay. After about
dragons come murder you.
you guys continue to travel for like another 2 hours through the woods. After which it clears from these large trees into this open kind of plain area. It's you can kind of off in the Sorry, off in the distance, you can kind of see the lights of a village start to form, and as well as you can kind of hear the rushing of water nearby from a nearby river. There are
Do we go for the river?
there appears to be some, large. The forests themselves seem to be thick in the areas they are. There appears to be some large mountains nearby as well.
Fuck the quest, charge mountains.
We're heading towards the town or the village.
Okay.
Obviously.
Do we notice anything on our way over towards it, or anything around us?
Not really. No.
Do we notice any people?
Actually, you do. After about another half an hour, you guys see a carriage, which is kind of, a carriage is kind of pulled up next to the road. And there seems to be a horse master is attempting to get some horses under control.
Does he look normal?
Friend.
Yeah, he looks like a normal person. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. I speed up my horse a little bit, so I get into like listening distance.
He's like, oh,
hello, friend.
Huh!
Hello.
What the hell are you?
That is racism.
What the fuck? Stay back, you monster! He picks
I pull up as like, easy, my friend, easy. It's like, to be honest, he's mostly completely harmless.
Oh, that's not what that skeleton said.
It's like, is there anything you need, my good man?
He's like, oh shit! One of the horses has run off. And he runs after the horse, and he quickly catches up with it because it wasn't running off. It was more like just trotting.
It was just walking.
Yeah, he runs up to it, grabs its thing, and puts it back in. Kind of harnesses it back into the carriage, and he's just like, hi, what can I do for you? He's still looking at Ghost with kind of a look of fear in his eyes, like he's never.
I was looking to say, I look at him as I look at Ghost, and it's like, could you please head to the back? It's like you're scaring the poor man.
Fuck the man. Staying here. I dismount, and I stand up as tall as I can possibly be. Which is like fucking 8 feet.
At this point, I just pour a little bit of my water from my water skin on Ghost's head.
You probably can't even do that.
I'm on horseback, yes
He's
I can.
also on horseback.
No, I just dismounted.
Oh, okay, yeah, he pours it on you.
Can I push him off his horse?
This is not the time for this.
That's like, go back.
So as you hear kind of a voice from inside, he's like, sorry, I'm fucking names.
I still have that guiding bolt ready in my hand, by the way, just so you know.
God.
Glowing fucking fist.
Augusto, as the leader of this party, I'm ordering you back.
Wait, since when did you become the leader?
Cyrus, suddenly you hear a voice, a very regal kind of voice. He's like, Cyrus, is there something wrong? He's like, no, my lord, just some travelers. He's like, oh.
Does it sound like Commander Hairgel?
He's like, oh. He's like, one moment, and you see the door pop open, and you see a tall, finely dressed man, a light tan on his skin. He's human. He's like, he looks over at Tristan and of course Augusto, and he's like, Goliath. Don't see many of you in these parts.
I bow and say, Master Human, I do not come from these parts, so no.
It's
I have no idea where I am.
Would you be so kind to tell me your name?
My name? My name is Augusto Victus.
A pleasure to meet you, Augusto Victus. He holds out his hand.
I shake his hand.
Yeah, he has a very strong grip. He gives you a firm handshake. He's like, now what would you be doing in these parts?
Well, I was it's confusing because I have no idea, and neither of any of my companions. And seemingly we just we were in a cave, or they were in a cave. I was in my bed, and all of a sudden I was in a cave, and all of a sudden we were on the road with a carriage and my horses. And yeah.
My friend, perhaps you have been drugged.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Cyrus, do get the horses under control. Yes, master. And he goes to getting the horses ready. He's like, and the cart's behind you. He's like, what would you be? Merchants, traders, mercenaries?
Adventurers.
We're a traveling mercenary company, or what's left of one at this point.
Oh, interesting.
Happily poked.
Well, don't be shy. Well, I'm still waiting for my cart to be fixed. At the very least, we can chat.
I walk over to the cart and I open like the flap and say like, "All right, fuckers, time to get out."
So this big giant man, this big giant man bends his large shoulder and body into your thing. He's like, "Get out!"
Does he get a frying pan to the face?
A what? No, apparently not. Nobody said anything, so.
I think Harold basically said something about that.
You want to die, Harold? Go no.
Harold unfortunately did not say anything in time, so.
Yeah, I didn't. I was just chuckled.
Okay, anyways, it's like I dismount from my horse, and it's like, name's Tristan, and she said this.
Oh, excellent.
And I had the pleasure of knowing yours?
Yes, I did not say it.
Nope, I didn't need his name.
I'm basically just waiting at this point for him to actually get and introduce himself.
It is I, Rogol Dorn. What?
Oh, damn it.
He's like, well, my actual name, unfortunately to most people, is impronounceable. I go by Henrik, though. Henrik von der Voten.
Pleasure to meet you, acquaintance.
Indeed.
So does your man need some assistance, or...?
No, Cyrus is, believe it or not, quite capable as a servant. He just occasionally has some trouble with the horses. They don't seem to trust him that much, which is ironic since he's been raising them since birth.
Maybe he's a mimic. Have I returned with the rest of the party at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you two also see this like finely dressed man. He is quite tall for a human, but nothing out of the ordinary.
How tall is he?
He's still shorter than you, Ghost. So are any of you going to say anything to him, or y'all just stand there in fucking silence?
I'm basically like, by the way, you wouldn't happen to know this? I pull out the letter A, Burgermeister, by the name of, and I say the name on the letter.
He's like, yes, he's in charge of the village of Barovia.
I'm assuming that's the village right over there.
You would be correct.
Okay.
So
where are you from?
So tell me, what do you intend to look for work? What is it you intend to do?
Get into town, maybe look for some work, have shelter for the night. I don't trust the woods at this point.
Indeed. Yes. Soon the sun shall be setting. You guys noticed that he said the sun shall be setting, but there is very little light out right now.
You have some keen eyes to notice that.
It does not require keen eyes. You get used to it around here. It's often dark even when it's daylight.
Noted.
Fun.
He's like, you suddenly see an elven man kind of step out of the cart, and he's just like, sir, the cart is fixed. I do believe we should be going now. He's like,
Did somebody disturb my sleeping place?
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
India, Radin, we should go. Radin. Oh yeah, no, it's Radin. Yeah, Radin. Dear God, I wrote these names down and I still can't pronounce them correctly. Radin.
Harold, please. Your mic is making many noises.
So, he's like, ah, yes. If you don't mind, I shall be going. I do hope to see you all again very soon. Have a good day.
Safe travels. Safe travels.
Indeed.
Young, what is going on?
So he gets in the cart, and the cart starts to pull. The cart pulls away.
And I'm assuming we basically continue on. It's like, right, back into the carriage. It's like heading into town.
Yeah, it takes you guys a couple of minutes to like get in there and stuff like that. Since you all decided to stop and like watch as he like left. All right.
I wave goodbye, obviously.
Yeah, you do. You don't get you kind of get like a little wave from Cyrus back, and you are back and you guys are all back in the cart and you're heading towards the town.
Alright, once we find a room, we better barricade the fuck out of the doors and windows. I do not like this.
Where the wolves we heard earlier?
Okay.
Someone punched the ranger back to sleep.
Someone punched Goliath to unconsciousness at this point, or so help me.
What? I made friends! I did nothing wrong.
Just keep your mouth closed. Don't be so loose with information.
You guys see a raven kind of fly down, and it just kind of lands on the sorry, it just kind of lands on the your guys' carriage, and just kind of goes, caw, caw. Oh wait, no, that's a crow. That's a crow. Damn it. How do ravens?
It's like you know what? I'll take it as a good omen.
I'll wave to them.
Good omen.
Raven.
It's ravens, not crows. There's a difference between the two. If it's a crow, I'll be like shoo shoo. But if it's a raven, I won't.
It's a raven, and you instantly see more ravens. It's just like. It's just kind of like there's like there's just
Can I
more
roll
ravens.
insight to? Can I roll insight to
I
think
don't
of
think
why
you
the
can
hell
see
they're
Raven.
here?
No, you're inside of the cart, so no. You just kind of hear ravens.
Yeah, but I can hear them.
Yeah, you suddenly more ravens start to gather as you're going along, and soon there are like hundreds of ravens like circling overhead, flying about.
Oh, we're going to die. Great.
That's not good.
Insight?
Keep calm.
Ravens corpse feeders?
No, you're thinking crows.
Can I roll insight to see what the fuck this is? Or history or anything?
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the corpse that's attracting them.
I don't think we took the corpse.
Yeah, so you guys continue your travels, and pretty soon you're ending up at the town. As you end in town, the ravens kind of flock away, but they just kind of were around you. They didn't really do much.
Good enough.
Yeah, definitely barricading the doors.
Yeah, so you guys continue to travel for like another 4 to 6 hours. It's not an incredibly long period of time, but you finally get to the village.
Yay.
Do we see just like people just going about their business, or is it like vacant?
No, everyone's pretty shut in right now. As from what you've heard, it is like basically it's basically my brain's not working here. Come on, what is it? Yeah, it's coming to be nightfall. Dear God, that was like way too.
So we try to find an inn.
Shall we try to? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
One moment.
Good idea.
So I actually have a map for this town. Well, village, but whatever.
Oh, great! Combat maps.
No, not a combat map. Although I guess you could use it as that if you wanted to.
I guess if you want.
Alright.
You'd like.
And I'm going to use one of your guys' as a party token. So I'm going to use... I guess I'm going to use Tristan as a party token.
Yeah, he's the party leader. I'm just a party muscle.
Alright, you guys are at the entrance of the town. Right over there. You kind of just approach the town. Pretty much everyone is shut in. It's not really like many people out. There are still a few here and there. They don't look particularly happy. They look actually pretty gloomy and sad.
Unfortunate. Probably I had enough gold.
Don't throw the gold at the beggars. They're gonna swarm you.
Good point. I looked at the first possible person I see and say, "Hello. Would you happen to know where the closest, or at least where the taverns in this town are?"
Blood of the Vine Tavern is that way, and he points down the street, and he says, "Go that way, go to the town square, take a right, you can't miss it."
Thank you, good sir, and I'll give him, let's see what I have. I'll throw the guy a golden coin.
He takes the coin, but he doesn't really seem particularly excited about it, and he just kind of walks away.
I just gave a motherfucker. Okay.
So we head towards the tavern.
Yes.
Yep.
Is there a stable with this tavern or not?
There's like a tie out, so you can tie your horses down, but there isn't like a. There isn't like.
Okay, I'll tie my horse down to the pole.
Same.
Yeah.
Can we put the carriage just in front, or is there like any sign of there being a sort of a parking spot?
You guys like hear a kind of moaning sobs floating through the air. Yeah, it's you just kind of hear moanings and of like sadness and crying sort of thing like that.
Oh, not the kind of moanings I like to hear. Let's head inside.
Augusto, carry the ranger.
Carry the ranger. Is she still sleeping? For fuck's sake.
Yes.
Quite possibly, since I can't throw any guys.
Get out of...
I will carry the ranger. It is not a problem.
No, shouldn't Christian be doing this?
No.
Pretty certain Kristen has another crush than you.
Okay.
I think you got put aside. Sorry.
It's okay. At the very least, Selena is his concubine.
Fuck you, Iron.
Hey, be careful. If you keep this up, you might be downgraded to bed slave.
Exactly what I need. I mean, what?
I'm sorry. This is getting horrible. Anyways, you guys are going into the tavern. A single kind of shaft of light illuminates the into the main square. Its brightness is kind of like a solid pillar in the mists. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs. It's kind of precautiously askew, a little bit kind of not hanging correctly, sort of thing. And it's proclaiming that this is the Blood of the Vine Tavern. Yeah.
Maybe they have some good wine.
Wine.
Wine. I go inside because these fuckers are doing nothing.
We're inside at this point after you walk
you guys go in. There's a blazing hearth. It's the tavern has kind of grown shoddy over the years. It once was probably a very fine tavern. There's just a few huddled souls within. The barkeep over in the corner, you see a man. He's just kind of he's sitting by himself in a corner. He's sipping his wine. He's unlike everyone else in the room, though. He actually seems to be pretty happy, all things considered.
I'm gonna
walk over to him.
I'm accompanying Tristan.
Fuck, they're going. I might as well.
It's like you guys go find us.
Yeah, you start to walk over to him, but he kind of calls you over. He's like, "Hello, please come
friend.
Please come join me."
But it's you, friend. Very well.
All right.
Does everyone join, or only the
everyone
ones
is
who actually
getting
got to?
rooms while
Order random drinks.
No.
Iron, do you want to do the random drinks thing?
I don't want
You can't, because this module does list what alcohol is available, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Oh.
So you come see this man. This is him.
Charming fellow.
Looks happy enough.
He's like, why hello. You appear to be of the adventuring sort.
You would be correct, my good sir.
Indeed.
Here, I'll pay for a glass of wine for you all. And he's like,
How
You know?
generous.
I like this guy.
Eric, a glass of wine for all of them. It's like, Red Dragon Crush, do we have another kind of wine? He's like, no. Then yes, Red Dragon Crush.
Oh God. Yes, wine, please. Good idea.
Yeah, so
No, Selena's sleeping on the floor.
you
where I
don't
left
Feed
her.
it to her, don't worry.
you don't have to drink if you don't want to. He's just offering to pay for you.
I mean, it's a perfect idea.
Yeah, so he
No.
basically and he's like, well, you know the deal, 1 silver. He's like, yes. He throws the Eric the silver. Eric comes over and he sets down a pitcher of wine and kind of grabs some of the glasses you've been mindlessly cleaning since you guys entered.
What a great guy. Thank you, good sir.
All right, you guys try the wine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it tastes pretty damn good. It's gotten just enough kick to it that that it's pretty good. It's also very kind of has that wine feel to it, like where it's very smooth kind of alcohol, but you know, not too bad. All right. Anyways,
Is it a fruitish wine or is it more dry?
it is a fruitish kind of wine, but not in a bad way. It's like one of those.
Does it have an aftertaste of berries?
Yeah, kind of does actually. Yeah, as I said, it's kind of like this wine's basically fruit punch.
How does it swing in the glass?
Can I hit Aura for being drunk?
As for how does it swing in the glass? Well, keep in mind these are like how does it swing? You know, it has a nice little current to it when you swing it. There's a nice little frothiness, a little bit to it, a little bit of when you start swinging a little bit. Yeah. And fuck you, I'm not a wine connoisseur. Actually, yes. You also see a man approach you. He's wearing some like orange like shorts and then a sleeveless shirt, and he just rolls up a newspaper and then hits.
Would someone roll me a constitution?
And then he hits Zudenhofen on the head with a newspaper and then disappears. Okay. Anyways. He's like, I hope you all enjoy the wine, but I do ask your aid.
What aid would that be, good sir?
I'm sorry, how rude of me. My name is Ishmark. Ismark. Dear God, I cannot pronounce any of these names.
We can't hear you that well. You have become static once again.
You sound pretty static to me, actually. It's his name is Ismark.
Ah, there we go. Back normal.
His name is Mark. Got it.
No, Ismark. Ismark is his full name. Dear God.
I know what you were saying. I was making a crude joke.
Alright,
Actually, Templar, can I make insight check?
Sure. What for?
Where have I heard that name before?
You haven't.
So, not even on a certain letter?
No. That's no. Okay. His name is spelled Ismark. The name you saw was like it was like a long 15-letter. Like here, let me look at it. Let's see here. Kolya Indorovich. Indorovich. It's Indirovich. Dear God. Fucking Slavic
Please
names.
enlighten us. What do you need our help with?
He's like, I need your aid protecting my adopted sister, Irina Kolya. I need your help to escort her to Valakia. It's a town settlement on the other side of the valley.
Who's breathing into their mics?
Harold?
Harold, could you please mute your mic when you're not talking? Because
All right, yeah, I'll just do that.
I love you. Thank you.
That's okay.
From what I've heard, Wallachia is well defended. Quite frankly, I would rather if my sister was safe there than here.
It's like, 1 moment. I pause back. It's like, do you recognize this? I'm handing him the letter I found on the road. Because I remember that name from the letter.
Okay. He looks, yeah, so he looks at it and he's like, yes, that is the letter of my father. You found, I take it that's why he has not returned then. Sorry, sorry, the man that you basically saw is who he's referring to. He's like,
so I'm afraid he's dead.
Damn it. We told him to just hang the letter on the gate and then come back. Unfortunately, it appears he did not make it. What killed him?
Wolves.
Damn it. Alright. Anyways.
Are wolves a problem here?
Wolves are a problem in any forested region. But in Barovia...
Barking in the background intensifies.
In Barovia, it is far worse than normal.
Right.
So will you help me move my sister?
Sure, no problem.
And as the leader of this company, you have my word. We shall assist.
He's like, all right, come with me then. He finishes his drink and then places the glass on the bar. The barkeep is currently kind of busy talking to 3 individuals in front of him. One of them has kind of been eyeing you entered the room since you entered the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, so basically he heads over. My brain's not working at all apparently because I just can't seem to do fucking anything.
And then tapping on the shoulders of Maros, it's like, find some information about this town, would you?
All right, so
Sure enough.
So he,
as usual, as we're walking out.
Yeah, so you guys walk down to you guys walk basically all the way down here. This is the Burglow-master's residence. It's a weary-looking mansion that squats behind a rusty iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The sputtering squeals and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision, basically. Weeds choke the grass with a menace upon the house, yet against the walls the growth has been trampled down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw marks have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls.
Victor.
Alright,
Great black marks tell of fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a not a pane or a shard of glass stands in any window. All of the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with the stains of evil omen.
Can I make a perception check on this place?
You can.
Yes.
Yeah, you notice that there are like scores of like wolf paw prints, human footprints, stuff like that. Yeah. So Ismark approaches the door. If you're all just gonna stand there, like
No, I'm following him.
Okay, yeah.
So am I.
So Ismark approaches the door, knocks on the door, and she's like, you just hear a voice that says, "Who is it?" "It's me." And he's like, "Oh, Ismark," and she opens the girl opens the door. You see this. My brain just cannot work today. You see this girl. She's a fairly tall for a female human, redhead. Still, that being said, she's shorter than Ismark. Pretty standard in that regard. She's wearing kind of a a fine kind of not plate armor, but kind of like a half plate. The upper part of her body is well protected by a plate suit. There's kind of a red scarf that kind of wraps around that wraps around her armor as well. Very kind of fierce looking woman, if you've ever seen one.
Things must be dark indeed when the women must arm them and armor themselves.
He's like, well,
Excuse me.
she's like, is Marcus like, when is it not dark and horrible and dark? But he kind of lets he kind of lets out a little bit of a chuckle though when you kind of said that though. He's just like, when is it not?
I look over to him. When you have had plenty to drink.
Drink merely changes your perception on the outlook of life. Doesn't change the fact of it itself.
Good enough for me, right?
By the way, I introduce myself to her.
I did exactly.
Tristan Bradley, at your service, madam.
Arena. Irina. Yeah, it's Arena. Yeah, but it's with an I. So fucking Slavic names. I'm Polish, and I think Slavic names are ridiculous.
Irene.
Irene. Yeah, Irene.
That's close enough.
Okay, Irene. By the way, yep. Here's her picture. By the way.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't it be
Where is it?
Irina?
Yeah, Arena. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Yeah, this is our picture.
Hey,
by the way.
Iron.
Yes.
Just thinking out loud.
Hey, Iron. A while ago, you mentioned stuff about being claw marks on the door. Could I potentially tell what type of wolf could have caused that?
Just wolves. It's normal wolves. You can.
Hey.
If it was a dire, if it was a dire wolf, it would have been like really. It would have been really bad. Well, this if you actually look on the map, this building is actually on the edge of town. By the way, even though it's the Burgomaster's residence, in villages that around this size, don't tend to have like guards. They tend to have like maybe a militia, but even then, like a militia would be for a village this size would be pretty small. So if there was enough wolves, they would have not been here. You also do notice that there were like human footprints around as well, so there could have been villagers trying to defend it.
All right.
Right. So I do introduce myself as well. Gustav Victus.
Yeah, so she kind of, okay, it's auburn hair, fucking, it's the same damn thing. All right. she's like Arena Fulva.
I don't mean to be rude, but maybe we should discuss our business inside.
He's like,
Away from the...
Ismark is like, I disagree. I think we should head out immediately. Arena's like, we are not going until we bury him. Ismark is like, we don't have time. You know he would rather want your safety rather than you spend all this time over a corpse. He's like, he is our father, Ismark. I'm like, I know that, but your safety is more important to me. He's like, well, I've already made my decision. We are not going until we bury him.
My lady, would you need assistance with burying him?
She's like, we'll deliver his body to Donovich and have him buried properly.
Very well.
Very well.
The sooner we do this, the sooner we can continue onwards.
Is the guy in a coffin or something? Or
you guys go inside. The interior of the mansion is well furnished, but there are some signs of great wear. One thing that's odd is that this is a mansion, yet there are boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every other room. In one of the side-drawn rooms on the floor, the Burgomaster is lying in a simple wooden coffin, surrounded by wilting flowers and the faint odor of decay. You can quite clearly tell that the coffin was handmade, and you kind of see, like, when you actually go into the room, Ismark actually kind of massages his hand, and you kind of notice there's some cut marks from where he likely had cut himself when he was making it.
Right. Oh.
He's like, all right.
And which side is the church or the graveyard at?
You can literally just look at the north of the map. This is the one building that's pretty obvious. It has the graveyard right there.
I'll
E5.
I'll ask permission to pick up, my lady. Shall I carry the coffin?
If you'd be so kind, yes.
Alright.
So
I'll pick up the.
So yeah, you just kind of you kind of carry the coffin like over your shoulder, sort of thing, keeping it level, being very careful.
Do
Obviously.
not mess that up. And
Roll
I'm assuming at this point
roll
we're heading-
athletics. No,
Oh, no. Is this a joke?
no, it's not roll athletics.
If you could feel.
It's not
Okay,
terrible.
so he goes to walk out the door and smashes the coffin against. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. You have no trouble.
So I almost would have hit Tristan with a fucking maul.
You have no trouble with that, and it's all in all, it's actually pretty easy. So, yeah, so Ismark is like, all right, well, let's get this over with, and he's like, come on, and they, you guys head towards the church, which, again, like I know we're kind of.
Can I walk?
Oh yeah, what is oh yeah, by the way, while they're doing this, what is Maros doing?
I was gonna find something out about this town. So, is there any like, is the barkeeper still busy going around? Can I go up to him?
Yeah, you can go up to him.
Greetings, my good man. I'm a traveler around here, and I'm not sure how I got here, but I have some questions about this town. I've never heard about it. Like, can you tell me something about this town in particular?
No.
Alright then.
Is there anyone else in there, or?
Yeah, is there anyone else?
There's a couple of individuals. Like there are the three individuals who are sitting like right in front of the right in front of him. They seem to be a little bit cheerier than the gloomy Barovian that you've seen so far.
Okay, I'm sorry to disturb you. I'll leave you to your job. And I go up to the three people.
Oh, hello. They seem to be dressed in some colorful clothes. They're all three of them are men. They're very colorful kind of in their dress. One of them is rather large, not in the strong way, in the fat way. And he's like, why hello, good sir. What are you doing here?
Greetings. I'm just wondering if you guys are around these parts, because I've never been here and I've never heard about this town, but I do have some questions, if you don't mind, of course. I'll even buy a round of drinks if you guys would like some.
We are Vistane. We are travelers and merchants, vagabonds, if you will.
Oh, intriguing. I am Mayros from House Waywood, and I shake everyone's hand if they allow me to.
They don't.
I stroke my hand through my hair as if I was going to do my hair instead of just shake their hand. And I asked them, is it always this dark around you, like with the mist and so on?
Look, adventurer, we know you're here to cause trouble. Just try not to burn down the town while you're here.
There are no promises.
People don't like the rogue.
I'm sorry, but have I offended you in any way? Because that was not that's not what I intended to do.
Flashback.
You're a rogue. You probably don't do anything else.
Spend enough time here, and you'll figure out why everyone is the way they are. Simple as that.
Is there anyone else I can talk to about this town, other than you or the barkeeper? If you know about.
The barkeeper is just like he's just kind of staring at you, and he's like, "What is it you would like to know?"
No, wonderful. I have a few questions.
I will answer one question. I will answer one question.
One.
What is everyone so afraid of?
Me?
Yeah. What is everyone afraid of? Why is everyone so sad around this part? Like, has something happened in here? Like, I'm not sure.
I don't need to answer that question. You'll find out soon enough for yourself why nobody likes being here.
Okay.
There's a curse placed on this land because of a forgotten sin of our ancestors. That is why.
And why? What is the curse?
He's like, look around you. This is a land that almost never sees the sun. Wolves, other such creatures, revenants, zombies, bats, vampires roam these lands. That is our curse. Werewolves in the night, dire wolves. Hell, even the regular damn wolves are more than enough trouble.
That does seem unpleasant. Has never anyone tried to lift the curse, or is there no way that you know of?
This is a curse that will be paid with our lives. Besides that point, that's your second question.
I'm sorry. Of course, I understand.
I will give
have a good day.
I will give you one last piece of advice. Never harm a raven, lest ill fortune befalls you.
Thank you. That's actually quite nice to know. Thank you.
Now,
And
if you
I,
don't intend to buy something, get out.
Alright, I'll get out. Thank you for the information, my good man. And I'll leave with, I don't know if anyone else is still with me or not, but I'm gonna get out.
Nope. I'm with you. I'm your bodyguard, remember?
Well, yeah, if
correct.
Verric is also with you, because, you know, Dragonborn.
Okay.
Knight, kind of bound to you. Doesn't really have a choice in the matter.
So I guess we're gonna get up to the carriage and try and find the rest of the party.
Yeah, as you leave, you actually notice that now it is proper nighttime. Like, it's really dark. It's actually way worse than it was when it was daytime, and you thought it was night then. Kind of a very, like, even with your dim vision as an elf, you still have trouble kind of seeing in the dark. You actually bump into a wagon on your way to where the party is. You meet them in the town square as you see, you know, as you see Augusto carrying a large coffin.
Ah, there you are. I walk up to Tristan. I do have some information, but they are not really happy of strangers and so on, because there's a curse apparently on this piece of land, which he described to me that there is no sun over here in this entire country or land or province region.
This is troubling news indeed.
Yes, and all kinds of foul creatures like werewolves, vampires, roam these lands. So and we should probably not hurt a raven. Apparently, he did tell me this.
It's just
and that is all.
sense.
I'm just making sure. Anyways, that was all I could get out of the bartender. He was not really happy to answer.
Very well. At this point, I'm assuming we made it to the church.
Again, like, this is, like, everything is kind of within sight. If you, like, look real closely, it's actually not hard to find any of these places. Alright. I'm just going to move all your characters over to it so I can... This takes forever. Okay. Oh god, that's not good. Whoops. I accidentally copied both characters onto the page twice. Whoops. I want one of you to make me a perception check. Actually, yeah, all of you can make a perception check. Oh god!
I hear nothing.
Oh!
You fall flat on your face!
He cuts off his eyes there!
Yeah, Tristan spontaneously goes blind.
I seem to see stuff, or hear stuff.
Okay, Zudin and Veros, I'm going to transfer you over to Platoon 2.
I didn't even succeed!
Zudin, which is Bifrost. Okay. Alright, far above you on the mountain close to the village, you can see the outline of a castle. You guys almost feel as though there's, like, eyes watching you from it. It's a, if you guys look at the castle, it's very impressive. It's It towers like at least over 300 feet from where you're standing. That's what you can guess. Very dark and like Gothic architecture to it. Other than that, though, like that's kind of all you extra see. But I just wanted to let you know that if you want to give that information to the party, you can. Okay.
Unless it's...
I will touch myself.
You can do that. Just go out and go to town.
Oh, well, the stream heard that.
Right, back to the group with me.
Yeah.
It's out of character.
Everyone heard
May I
that.
ask what happens now?
Oh, Tom left.
He's trying.
And Tom's back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get myself some food real quick.
Where's Sword then?
Alright.
Alright, now you
Shouldn't be coming back.
So, what did you see or hear? If you want to tell us, obviously. Bear? Bear Rose.
Oh, sorry.
There's a castle in the difference. It's...
Oh no!
It's like something is watching us from there. I can't put the finger why I have a feeling, but I have an intense feeling of being watched.
Well, maybe after we drop off this fair lady.
You suddenly hear Zood and Stumbik start to grumble.
Okay, so still.
Everyone just kind of stops and like stares at him for a moment and then continues on.
Okay.
Interesting.
My lady, what was your name? Give me a second.
Irene.
I know Irene or Irina, whatever. Yeah. Would you know something about the castle and the difference with my friends is murmuring about?
She looks up and she's like, That is Castle Ravenloft."
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah.
So
out of character, I know what this is going towards. Fuck.
I honestly gave you a lot. Like at this point, you all should have figured it out if you had even like.
I knew this, but I'm just keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I was starting to think like vampires.
I will back in like.
Dark.
Well, here's the thing: the village of Barovia is named the same as the county, which is Barovia. It's like.
Yeah.
Which I mean.
Okay, so I'm assuming we head in, knock on the door.
I'm keeping
See
my
if anyone's
eyes
home.
open for wild garlic.
Yeah, you go to knock on the. I mean, you go to knock on the door. As you like knock on it, the door kind of like pushes open a little bit.
I'm like, hello?
I'm ready
Is
to
anyone
spell.
there?
You hear from the inside of the from the inside you hear like kind of these soft prayer. Actually, yeah, sorry. Yeah, as you approach the church, by the way, I forgot to do this. Atop the slight rise, against the roofs of the pillars of stone that supports Castle Ravenloft, stands a gray, sagging effigy of stone and wood. The church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end. It's pretty worn and weary. The bell tower rises toward the back, and the flickering light shines through the holes of the shingled roof. The rafters strained feebly against their load. The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Oh my.
This is going to be fun. I am very certainly, like fucking always, right next to the guy.
Alright, so, you are dismounted at this point.
We are.
Obviously.
He just
Yeah,
has
we'll
us a
step off the carriage as well. Who was in the carriage?
The carriage is
The
kind of
Baron
already
and Fredericks.
the carriage is kind of already open at this point.
Okay.
What the heck? Roll 20. What are you doing?
I assume the two.
I'll stand right next to I'll stand right next to Tristan. Actually, right there.
We'll see.
All right, so you guys can go into the
And
actual room now if you want.
Okay.
At the far end, you hear kind of these like the soft prayers of a priest kneeling at the altar.
Tristan might be best to start.
I'm just walking up, slowly, softly.
Anyways, when you open the hall, there's like this 10-foot wide and 20-foot long hallway, leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall itself is unlit and kind of reeks of mildew. You can see the chapel is like strewn with debris, and you hear kind of the soft voice from within reciting prayers. Suddenly, as he's praying, you suddenly get and like you kind of hear this. Ah! Father, please let me out. I'm so hungry. Please, I haven't eaten in days. Father.
I start moving a little bit quicker.
I'll look at Marmon and just be on your guard, and I'll walk in as well.
You just kind of hear the prayers of the.
Yes, sir.
You just kind of hear the prayers of the man kneeling, kind of increase and kind of volume a little.
Good.
Oh, hello.
Begging for interrupting your prayers, Father, but
It is no trouble, my child. He's like, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I am Father Donovich. I am the local priest.
Alright.
A man of faith.
Oh, where did everyone go?
Sorry, he's like,
Inside.
so yeah, you guys walk in the chapel and it's in shambles. There are overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles have been mounted in candlesticks, and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of the shadows. At the far end of the castle sits a claw-starred altar. And you know the priest is standing behind it, basically. Oh yeah, sorry, I know. He's sorry, I got this placement wrong. He's actually back here. What the heck? Why can't I move him? He's in the map token. Dear God, why is he in the map? He's apparently part of the map. Part of the ship, part of the map. He's standing on the other side of the altar. Basically, sorry.
Fine.
Yeah,
Well, there.
He's like,
let me speak.
So he's like, what could I do for you? Oh, Arena. He's like, hi, Father. He's like, oh, I take it you here for, yes. We wish to bury him. I understand, my child.
Lower the coffin.
His voice is very, by the way, his voice is like very hoarse and weak. He's like, you again hear a screaming from beneath the chapel floor. Father, I'm starving.
Assuming.
I'm sorry.
I look to Tristan and say, I'm a man of faith. I've been in many churches. Usually we don't have screaming people.
That's my son.
I can hear.
He does not sound well.
He does not stand.
Nor shall he ever be well again.
What is wrong with him, might I ask?
He's been turned into a vampire.
Oh, jeez.
I see.
But I can't bring myself to...
If you would you allow us to do it for you?
I turn my back. I turn around. Still the coffin on my shoulder, obviously. Like, we're not killing an innocent person.
Oh, yes. Yes, sorry, the body. I ask for all of you to please stay here for the night. I will commence the burial ceremony at dawn, but in reverence to the morning Lord. But
where would you want me to put the coffin for you?
Just set it right here on the altar.
I put it on the altar. Play it a little bit nicer. Say a little prayer.
Father, may I ask why the church is some like why the benches are destroyed?
This church has withstood against the forces of evil for a long time. It's really hard when you live in basically a bastion of evil.
Oh, great.
I understand. Of course.
Sorry. He seems much he seems a little bit brighter now that you kind of all have arrived. He's like, forgive me, it's been so long since I've seen individuals so cheerful in face, with the exception of my dear Arena, and sorry, my dear Arena, and Ismark the Lesser.
Mm-hmm. They do seem like good people, yes.
Where could I go? Ismark is like, kind of like sighs at the nickname, and he's like, at this the priest kind of chuckles. He's like, well, it is not my fault that you lived in the shadow of your father for most of your life. He's like, don't rub it in, old man. I'm still not that. You don't rub it in, old man. I may be above hitting a priest, but maybe I'll stoop that low this evening. Get enough wine in me. He's like,
I turn the arrows and like close the doors behind us, if you would.
Yeah. You close the door, and there's a bar next to the door, by the way.
I recommend barring it.
Father.
Yes.
And I do.
All right. Yeah, the door is now.
Celine and Fracas coming.
Yeah,
Are there any other entrances?
Well, yeah, sorry, nobody actually.
Celine is unconscious.
No, that appears to be the only entrance.
Okay. Now it's just us and the vampire.
Alright, Father. Where could I find your son?
He's in the basement.
Could I go talk to him?
Well, the Undercroft, basically. He's like, I don't think it will help if you do.
I'm a man of faith myself.
Both of us.
Father, I will say this right now. If he does strike against us, we will defend ourselves. I hope you understand that.
He's chained against the wall. He's stuck in the Undercroft. He will not be much. So he's like, if you really insist on going there, I can't.
We don't need to tonight.
I am.
It's tonight.
I'm definitely going.
Then you go
I will
around.
definitely go as well.
He's like, it's just in the first room down there. Basically, he's like, okay, so you go there.
Cleric party.
Yeah.
For the love of all that is holy. You guys stand watch.
Nope, it's just me and Ara. You're not coming.
All right.
Bye.
You have no decision.
You see, here in the sorry, this is. This room is a dirty, lightless room. It contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress. Mounted above the head is above the headboard is a wooden holy symbol of the Morning Lord.
I can take care of that. Boom! There's light.
Okay. You can tell that there hasn't really been this room hasn't been used in more than a year. It doesn't really contain anything valuable in it. And then there's a. Oh, he's like at this point, Donovich comes down. He's like, I'm sorry. This is the next room.
Ow.
Right.
Oh, we're in the wrong room.
Yes.
We're in the wrong room.
Oh, well.
There's a trapdoor
The next room
down there.
Justin, do you want us to come with you, or are you alright down there?
No, it should be fine. Just let me and the other holy person.
No,
Yeah,
it's like if this is indeed a vampire, even chained, it's like I trust safety in numbers.
Alright.
You can't.
Deal with them.
Let's go over, Marvin.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we're literally going with the entire party.
No,
Well, if
not
it is a
all of them.
vampire, apparently, yes.
We are
Elaine
protected
stays up
by
here.
faith. You are not.
Okay. Well, first off, I'm going to send since the clerics are going down first.
Yes.
So,
There.
Zudin, I need you and Selene to stay up here.
Okay.
So as you like go down the trapdoor, there's you kind of lower yourself down to a staircase. The church's undercroft is like roughly hewn walls with a floor made of damp clay and earth, rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel slips between the cracks, allowing you to glimpse the gaunt shape hidden in the corner.
Can we see the chains as well?
He's not chained. He's actually like on the ground, sort of thing, just kind of like in the corner, sniffling, kind of crying.
Are you alright, friend?
He's like, I smell your blood.
Do I at this point come down?
I think, alright.
If you want to, yes, you can.
Is it, what is it?
I wanna stay back. He's loose. If I die, I die. Alright.
Let's like strengthen numbers, people. Strengthen numbers.
Pharaohs, are you gonna go first, or do you want me to go
Oh,
first?
dear
Pharaohs?
God. I forget this map is not
Don't
perfectly...
corner him.
Nah.
I yell to him, it's like, do not corner him.
I won't. I pull out my water skin, and I'm like, you thirsty?
Yes.
For blood, okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, what were you like? Were you expecting you to not answer like that? Like, I just don't know where you.
Are you
Since Pharaohs
hungry?
not going, and I'll
You
just
sounded
go.
very hungry, and I have no idea. Like, vampires don't have to be evil.
I'm assuming at this point he's not more evil, just more like you eat whatever you can.
If he bites me, I'm just an undead Goliath, but okay.
I'm
wearing
Under his control.
I'm wearing full plate armor. I don't think he can bite me, but
I'm wearing
okay.
full plate.
Let you. Okay.
Oh, yes, I do.
By the way, is any you want to
Oh,
make?
no,
Any you
no,
want to
never
make? Okay, actually, you guys know this. By the way, he's a vampire spawn. Like, let you know, for somebody to be converted into a vampire, you have to be changed by an actual full-on vampire, and a vampire spawn remains a vampire spawn until their master releases them, or until their master dies.
Okay, so basically, we know what we're going to do. We're going
Don't
to
get close.
Basically, it just means that he.
I'm
Basically,
getting close.
it just
I'm
means
not
that
afraid,
he.
I'm an 8.
All that means is that you can't. Well, you might not be able to be turned by him. Is the actually? Yeah. Now I think about it, actually, you could be turned by him. Never mind. Forget I said that.
From one very uncommon thing to another uncommon thing that is feared by many. Don't be afraid. You will get over it. Your lust for blood is probably...
He kind of
that is such a bad thing to do.
He kind of looks at you, and he's like honestly just kind of thinking over his chances. He kind of looks behind you, and he's like,
Don't do it.
I have my crossbow loaded, it's like, don't even think about it.
I conjure a guiding bolt in my hand just in case. I conjure a guiding.
Okay, well
bolt
now you've convinced him you're going to attack him. So
It's my crossbow is lower.
not
it's
you,
pointing.
not you.
No,
but,
no, I just have like a swirling ball of light in my hand. Nothing
which
more.
is clearly a weapon.
No, it's
There
not.
is
It could
no way for someone not to know that a guiding bolt is attacking them. Like that's literally a cantrip. Everyone
I'm
knows
sorry.
that it's a weapon.
I will not be doing it. Happy now? It's not a cantrip. Guiding bolt's a level 1 spell.
Just don't.
Same fucking
use-
difference. You realize that the average farmer could learn guiding bolt, right? Like this is not.
Okay, never mind. Not doing
Glowy
that.
fist is bad.
I'm just saying. I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to harm you. I'm just curious to how you got turned into a vampire and why your father decided to lock you up. If it's just because you're a vampire that likes to like drink blood and
Roll
stuff.
persuasion.
Yeah.
I'm not here to attack you, obviously. Otherwise, I've done that already.
You need to roll persuasion.
I rolled a 21. If he does fight me, he fights me. He dies.
He kind of thinks. He kind of thinks about it. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, in exchange for blood.
Blood.
Does
Hey,
it have to be human blood?
I'll be on a little bit. Give me a moment.
Any humanoid creature can he can technically he's like.
Will animal blood work?
He's like, no, that's disgusting. Also, like, what animal do you have? Like, I just like, just think about that. What animal do you have?
No. I look over to Tristan, and I'm like, is the ranger still asleep?
I will shoot you if you even think about that.
You will not trust
Alright,
Tristan's concubine.
Oh yeah, good point. That's his concubine.
If you
Miros,
even- at this point, I'm
Other
pointing my
horrible
crossbow
things
to Ghost's character. It's like, you even thinking about that, and this is going right in you.
I'm going. You can try, but I'm going to shout over. Oh, you no, no,
You kind of back away, and he just kind of like.
Era, could you get Zerdin and the others in here?
By the way, Harold's AFK at the moment, so
No, I'm not.
assuming at this point the others
I
have
am
finally made it
still
down.
here. Can you not hear me?
Maros, are you here?
Yeah. Can I move down?
You guys could have moved down at any point. Like I was just like saying that
Oh, okay.
these
Sorry,
two
I
are
didn't
gonna
know.
be.
I'd like to
These
have
two-
Zerdin in here for the simple
Oh.
thing he said.
As
I'm
you
going to
as
miss
you
one.
kind of all arrive, he just kind of like backs into the corner.
Ah,
We're not here to harm you.
idiot.
Maybe the orc is. Zerdin, come down here.
Not-
Is he streaming it loud enough so I can hear it because I was told.
Yes, I
to go.
streamed it to Ara to call you down.
And you are not in charge, so you don't make orders.
I'm not ordering. I'm
Yes.
just asking if she could get him down here.
He's not necessary.
He might be.
Can I ask him? Can I ask this vampire spawn? Who turned you to this?
Yeah, he's going to tell us that in exchange for blood.
So, like, if we're not going to get anything out of him, let's leave.
Please, I'm
Do we have-
starving. I'm so thirsty.
Does anyone have a bottle?
I'm gonna. Can I whisper something in Elvish to Tristan?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I'll type it in a Discord thing.
I do not speak.
Now I have to
How
check the
unfortunate.
character sheet of the fucking vampire.
There we go.
Winter,
Is it back to normal now?
we could just
Mate
drain
was
someone's
acting a
blood.
little bit.
Hey, I could just chop open someone's arm and then let
Do it
him
yourself.
Does anyone have a bottle?
I have a bottle of holy water.
Keep that ready.
I just take out the bottle of holy water, just like,
So, like, Augusto, if you're so willing to do this, it's like, hold out your arm.
I do not desire to be a vampire.
No.
It's
I have
Elvish.
my
It's
dagger.
kind of.
It's like, if you want to give him blood, it's yours or none.
Technically, I think you need to be drained completely of blood to become a vampire, but I'm not entirely sure on that one.
Okay, good.
It's like, I
Which,
have
in
a-
his case, because he's only like a level 1, or like
Yeah,
level
it's
2,
fine.
that's going to happen. So you need to, like, one of you with more health needs to do this.
Or we could just drain some blood and put that into a vial and give that to
Yeah,
him.
or you could do that.
That's what I was.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
get to.
that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, give him a vial of his blood. The Goliath would have a whole bunch of it that he can lose a little bit more than us.
I know that Zerdin wants to be a
We're
vampire.
we're not doing that.
We're not. No.
There's too much pain left to do. Worry about.
God damn it! I just want to kill this thing now.
Okay,
It's
how much?
like-
Not yet.
So,
That's
how-
my.
how much?
Oh, wait,
how
wait,
much? How much vitality do you intend to drain from Ghost's character?
3 hit points
I
worth.
am definitely casting. I'm definitely conjuring a guiding bolt in my hand right now. Like, you're not taking my blood.
Jesus Christ, don't do it. Come on.
Then you leave. We are leaving. If you're not going to get for the blood for himself.
Aria
you're
just said
leaving.
she'd do it.
Yep, she did, and I'm a healer, so I can.
If you idiots are gonna
Heal her
keep
back
fighting
up.
over it, I'll go ahead.
It's like this will hurt a little bit. I will not lie.
Really?
Just bring,
And-
just bring her here. I can get what I need.
If she's drained dry, you die. Again.
We're all going for rhymes now. I do not have the desire to become a vampire.
slowly approach.
Can I roll intimidation, basically?
Sure.
Can I assist with being intimidating? Because I'm big.
Let me guess, he's not all that.
He just completely ignores you, and he bites into Aria's neck.
Thick.
Harold, idiot.
It's fine.
Can we see this happening and draw our weapons?
She volunteered to do it, so yeah, you can.
I mean,
Yeah, it's don't.
I mean, in the neck. It's a bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Can't just draw from the arm.
You're going to die.
It's late now.
No, that's just the attack roll, by the way. Oh wow, so it doesn't actually like give you the damage. Why the hell doesn't it do that?
How much damage does a bite do?
I'm just gonna roll it in real life. One moment.
Attack 8 to 20.
Of course.
Yeah.
Iron, you can always Iron. You do know how to roll damage, right?
Yes, I know how to roll damage in real life, but if for some reason with this character,
No, I mean in game.
No, in this.
I mean in game.
Yeah, no, in this character sheet it actually doesn't let me do it.
Actually, it does. You just have to click the name of the weapon in the Roll20.
I just did. It just did that roll. That was it.
Just click the attack.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
in
no,
Roll20,
in the yes,
the,
in the
in
Roll20
the
chat,
weapon
and I already did that, and it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Okay, so how much damage does she take?
Okay, so yeah, you're not
Let's see
resisting.
whether my fucking
So
kids does.
you take 1 point of piercing damage because you're not resisting, so he's not going completely ham into you. And then you take 5 necrotic damage as he sucks blood out of you. Okay.
Is that all he does?
Well, now I have to roll and see if he actually can resist. Okay. So after he does this, he's like, and he releases his bite from Arya. Arya.
Alright.
Thank you. Oh, I was so hungry.
That's our end of the bargain. Now it's time for yours.
What? Oh, did I make a bargain? Shit, I'm sorry. I was hungry. I didn't. What was the bargain?
Oh my god.
No. I intend to fill it. I just don't remember what the bargain was.
In exchange for blood, you would give us information on who turned you into what you are now and why, among other few things.
And where he is. If he knows.
Well, I don't need to tell you where he is. That one's pretty self-explanatory.
Actually, we're kind of new here.
Believe me, you would have to be a complete and utter moron not to understand this part.
You said that's castle in Uphead?
Look,
I was still talking.
There was a little more than a year ago. There was a revolt. Several other villagers and myself stormed Castle Ravenloft. We followed a wizard in black robes who came to Barovia from a faraway land. From what I remember, the wizard was killed, and as was I. He turned me into a vampire and ordered me to return here to, well, to bring down this church and either kill my father or corrupt him.
You do understand we can't allow that, right?
Yes, but my father won't allow you to kill me either.
No, but we said anything about killing when your hog died.
What are you doing? You better not be harming my son.
He's alive and well for as best his condition.
I wonder if he notices the elf now holding her neck.
He dropped you on the floor, by the way, if you didn't bother to stand up. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I go over and I pick up Arya into my arms and I bring her back over.
I still remember that day. That wizard. Believed him wholeheartedly in what he said. But then he fought with Strahd, and then he fell from the cliff tops, killed instantly by the fall. I fell fighting Strahd. If you could call it a fight. Fight. The only hits I got in was just he was amused by it. Perhaps another bite.
Harold, move your character because I picked up your character and pulled you back.
Oh God. Yes, let me do that.
I think we have enough information.
It's like
Please come.
the bargain is
I want all of you upstairs now.
we head up.
He's like,
When we lock the door, then
yeah,
obviously?
the trap door is like he puts a padlock on it and like locks the iron bar over it. He's like, well, he's like, what time is it? Oh, I guess it is going to be time soon then.
Let's get what rest we can then beforehand.
Well, he's like, you can, but you'll be awoken very soon.
Then I guess we wait.
By what?
I was like, Arya, you should rest at the very least.
It happens.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
happens every minute.
Can I roll perception if I see the bite marks?
So, by the way, guys, it is now midnight, and you see Donovich go to the window, looking out to the cemetery.
Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mark it down. How much damage?
You see an eerie green
7, I
light.
think.
You see an eerie green light emerge from the northern windows. Is anyone going to look outside, or am I just going to like have to have this entire?
I am gonna look outside. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
going to.
Outside for this one.
I'm going
a bit
to.
of a distance.
I'm going to take cover and then look. I need to
Basically
keep my
on the
head
side
down.
of the wall, then just peeking
And
through.
the eerie green light surfaces from the graveyard. From this light emerges a ghostly procession. Wavering images of draughty women toting great swords, wood-wise men in their slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and arcanically dressed mages with beards and pointed hats. Over 100 of them. They march forth from their graveyard, their numbers growing by the second. They start heading along the road towards Castle Ravenloft. And
What is this?
you hear Donovich say a prayer to the Morning Lord. He's like, "Blessed Morning Lord, please put these souls to rest."
Just grab onto my little charm around my neck. It's like, Tempest, let these warriors finally find peace.
Donovich is like, I wish I could do something for them. He walks back over. The eerie glow from the graveyard starts to subside as the ghosts march away.
Right. Everyone find this place to set up for the night.
I'm gonna pass out right in this fucking stone floor.
No
Fuck you.
fucking questions. Okay. Alright. This is
It's like I'm assuming those are adventurers from previous times or something. It's like an army of sorts.
all of them came to kill Strahd. All of them failed. That is now their curse is that they forever shall rise from the graves and attempt to complete their mission, only to fail every night.
Right.
Do you have any information about this man who lives in this castle? Have you ever seen him?
The Devil's Strahd?
Oh.
No, if not, and I hope never to. He was the one who turned my son into a vampire. Okay.
I see.
Thanks.
I'm gonna ask the priest. Do vampires have any weaknesses? Them some spells?
Do they have any weaknesses?
Hitting them.
Well, you shut up. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta flip back. I gotta flip back to a certain page now. I'm sorry. It's in my notes. I gotta look.
That's
through.
fine.
Just presuming it's a vampire. which would probably work.
I mean, he calls him the Devil's Rod.
Our character doesn't know that.
What? You know he calls him the Devil's Strahd. He literally says that.
I do.
Right.
Because we heard he's a vampire, but is he more than that? Is he like a spellcaster or some sort of?
Running water burns a vampire like acid. Sunlight causes a vampire to burst into flame. A vampire can't reside without, can't enter a residence without invitation from one of the occupants. He must rest in his coffin during the day. At night, it can summon wolves and vermin to do its bidding. He can control them into a bat, a wolf, or a cloud of mist. In humanoid form, it can dominate you with its powerful gaze. I don't know what to, other than that, I can't really tell you. I know that he dwells in... Strahd himself is, of course, a vampire, and he resides in Castle Ravenloft. No one is welcome at the castle.
Right. Very well then. And it's like, we'll make a note not to go there anytime soon, obviously.
Yes.
He's like, well...
Are there still people in the town who wish to rise up against him at this precise moment, or has all hope faded?
I want to join the bastards outside.
No, I'm just asking the father.
He's like... That wizard. He came here. Charismatic he was. He convinced the townspeople from all over to rise up against Strahd.
And they all died.
When the fighting started, most of them broke and fled. Those that stayed ended up like my son or died. The wizard himself fell hundreds of feet down the mountainside. Died dead.
Unfortunate.
No
To be honest.
Has his body been found of the wizard?
I'm certain you might be able to find it among Strahd's zombies or his vampires. Somewhere.
Okay.
But as for finding his body, you're gonna be hard-pressed to find anyone who wants to leave the village for any inordinate amount of time.
Okay.
Oh, we found 2 of them. I want to leave. Definitely. Like, for the rest of the time.
He's like...
Let's just get us some rest until the ceremony begins then.
It's like,
Unless...
So...
right, who's taking first watch?
Me.
I look to him, is like, you missed this?
Donovich seems a little bit calmer now that you know, that his son isn't screaming.
Yeah, I would be too.
I offer him a drink. I do have a wine flask.
So do I, but I'm not drinking that. Oh, the cleric is at full health or not?
No,
Yeah,
it's
there's
not.
some hit
I
dice.
haven't rested.
Okay, I'm using a cure wounds on a cleric, just to help her out
Sorry.
a little bit.
Do you guys want to kind of like explore the church a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We'll go and search the rooms.
Yeah, I'll just reveal them. There isn't like anything that's gonna kill you. Shh. Maybe.
I have no,
Alright.
corporation.
Be demons.
There doesn't seem to be anything in the room, so is there?
Anything interesting to grab? Like to
Yeah,
see?
there are some interesting things in them. For instance, the room that Groomash and all that were kind of in was there's an old wooden desk and chair against the south wall, a wooden holy symbol mounted above them, sunburst, 10-foot long iron rod attached to the north wall stands bare, suggesting a tapestry had once hung there. Against the far wall stands a wooden cabinet with 4 tall doors.
Can we?
Snooping.
There's
Don't go snooping.
a poor wooden box kind of resting on the seat of the chair. The if you guys want to look at the bedrooms, I can tell you what's in them as well.
Yes,
Yes,
do that.
Yeah. So number C. Yeah, C is Donovich's bedroom. It's filthy, dirty room, contains a bed with a straw-filled mattress. Next to it rests a small table with an oil lamp burning brightly on it. Mounted above the bed is a wooden sun-shaped holy symbol. There doesn't seem to be anything of value in here. Of course, you've already been into Dorno's bedroom, which is the Area B kind of thing.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Really,
So,
really, if you want to look for something,
if
if you want to look for something interesting, that's going to be in the office room.
Yeah, no, I'm not a cunt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up to Irina and say, would you fancy sleeping in a bed instead of the floor?
She's sleeping on the. She's already sleeping in the pews, by the way, like clutching her sword, kind of thing.
She's
across her
already
chest.
asleep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ismark is like, I'll stay awake. You guys get some rest.
So you're keeping watch with me?
I pass him a cup of wine.
It's like, well,
it's a little different than what you're used to.
Look on the bright side. At the very least, we cannot be assaulted by any vampires while we're here. We're doubly protected, both because this is a private residence and because it's a church. Yeah.
Yay. And because you have multiple armed people in here who can probably take care of most things that come through the door.
And you have 3 separate holy people.
Oh yes, multiple holy people.
By the way, guys, Donovich.
Can I ask-
By the way,
already been
guys,
planned.
Donovich is only a priest. He is not a cleric. You need to understand that.
Can't
Don't-
priests like you people?
No, he can't. He just
Doesn't have that.
he gives prayers, blessings. He performs ceremonies. You need a cleric to do that, and clerics need to be blessed by their deity.
Oh, so he's a cunt. Okay, good.
No, he's
Say,
not.
Ghost, shut it.
I didn't say this.
No, you did.
character.
You did, and Donovich,
Oh,
Donovich kind of slaps you. No, all right.
He can try.
He slaps you, and
Donovich.
I will strangle you at this point.
Can you even reach my neck?
Donovich, I don't mean to. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. What is it?
Oh, Donovich, I don't mean to sneak around, but I saw this huge closet or something like that. Like, is there anything we should know about that room? Like, just chests and closets or something that.
I
nothing
have
that.
some books in there if you're interested in reading.
Well, you know what? Since we have some time to kill, yes. This is-
Some ink and parchment if you require to write something down.
Oh, by the way, I pull up my own book.
Yeah.
Firebolt for Dummies.
You can, yep, roll.
I'll just start playing cards with people who want to.
I guess, yeah, just roll knowledge, I guess. I can't remember what I was having you roll before. Oh, yeah, roll Arcana. Roll Arcana, yeah. That makes perfect sense. You're learning magic. You might as well use Arcana. Oh, you go backwards.
Really?
you unlearn shit because you realize you've been doing it wrong.
Ah.
Can I walk up to the closet and open it and see if I can find any interesting books?
Yeah. So you open up the cabinet.
Wrong room.
Sorry, wrong room. Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
You open up the cabinet. Inside of it, there's a an empty wooden pour box that kind of rests on the seat of the chair. The desk drawers contain a few the drawers of the desk contain a few sheets of blank parchment as well as a couple of quill pens and some dried up jars of ink. The wooden cabinet itself has a couple of full wooden boxes full of candles, 2 well-used books, Hymns of the Dawn, a volume of Chants to the Morning Lord, and The Blade of Truth, the use of logic in the war against diabolist heresies, as fought by the Ultimist Inquisition.
I'll read that last book, The Blade of Truth.
Yeah, it's a strange book. It mixes logical exercises with lurid descriptions of fiend worshipping cults. It really just kind of talks about the uses of logic against non-believers and heretics, sort of thing like that. It's like how you basically it's more or less this is basically a theology book, kind of just saying how you could logically argue against people that are completely idiotic.
Apologetics.
Not an apologetics. It's not an apologetics book, if that's what you're asking, because there's nothing to apologize for.
Anything interesting I could use, like against vampires, something like that? Is there anything about vampires in the book?
Templars, no. This is a book. This is a book about the Morning Lord. This is a different deity, sort of thing like that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll just go back to the main room and just read it on my own in this corner or something like that.
Yeah.
Assuming that's everything for tonight.
Get out of my corner.
Yeah, if you guys are kind of done, Very, now I have to roll.
Everybody takes a corner. Well, you fuckers aren't taking the beds.
I'm not taking the bed because it's not my bed.
I'll get my bedroll out.
Yeah, I'll go.
Sleep on it.
Oh, wait.
Read.
I'll take the floor. My character normally sleeps on it, anyways.
Alright.
I'll use my bedroll and blanket.
Okay.
I'm keeping watch.
The night passes pretty much uneventfully. You get this sense of like eeriness in the air, a general kind of like this dark pressing on you. By the way, to all of the clerics and everyone who kind of made a prayer, you kind of feel as though your prayer was heard, but it felt like it was very muffled. Like it was almost as if like when you were saying it, it was very hard for you to like, you know, even though it came out of your mouth like seamlessly with no issue, it felt as though almost it was hard to say.
Interesting indeed.
I don't like that.
Alright, it is now, suddenly all of you are awoken as, Donovich goes to each of your rooms and kicks you. Get up! It's time for the ceremony.
I got it.
Yes.
Everyone's up.
I gently wake up Arena.
She's already awake. She's like saying this to Ismark.
Rose just jumps up and puts her stuff back into her bag.
I put the book back in the closet.
Rolls up bedroll.
Arena kind of rubs her neck a little bit, and she's like, "All right, let's get on with this."
Mm-hmm. And so we do.
So you guys go out to the graveyard.
Everywhere.
I
do have a shovel, so I can't.
He hands shovels to Tristan and you know, Goliath, and has you guys kind of dig.
I already have a shovel.
Yeah. All right. He's like, oh.
I get.
Yeah. So he has you two dig a hole. This takes about all in all, this takes about an hour because you're digging a 6-foot hole and you're trying to make it fit for like a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. I chat with Tristan.
After it is dug, Donovich opens the ceremony. It just occurred to me, like, this actually funeral for the Burglarmaster. This actually is in black. Does that actually mean that there's a segment that I can read? Because if there is, that is very nice. Yeah, because unfortunately I love that they like to include this whole religion system in the game, but then they don't actually like give you details for like certain things that'd be useful.
Like prayers.
Like like prayers, and then like, you know, like what is the funeral ceremony? Like you can kind of come up with it yourself if you want, but it's like I did not have time for that, so it's just. All right, yeah. So he's like,
basically throws the coffin into the thing, pisses on it, and says like, "Fuck you."
No.
He's like,
I know.
We are here today at dawn to bury the Burglarmaster, the lord of this village and its protector. With me are his son and his adopted daughter. We praise to the Morning Lord that the spirit of the Burglarmaster will go on beyond the reach of Strahd, and that the Morning Lord will watch over and protect Marinikova and Ismark in Demonch. I asked all of you for a moment of silence in reverence to the Morning Lord and the sunlight as it shines upon us. He's like, he does the ceremony. This takes about 10 minutes. He's not making a particularly long ceremony out of it, but you then lower the coffin into the grave, and
while lowering the coffin, I say a little bit of a prayer that may his soul be protected by God and his angels and stuff.
Yeah. Even you feel as though it is hard to say your prayer.
Man out there.
He is so you lower the coffin into the grave and you bury it, and he then says a blessing to he says a blessing over Arenakova and Ismark. He's like, "May the Morning Lord protect you." It's like, good luck.
Suppose we're the second best thing.
No.
He doesn't really know us all that well. He knows these two well. It makes sense.
Yeah, this was obviously intended as a joke.
Yeah. I hope the Morning Lord keeps you out of his reach, he says to Arena. Alright. And then
My lady?
Like, alright, and I think that's where we're gonna end it for today, guys. I know not much happened, mainly because you guys got really lucky with the rolls there, but this is the start. This is the start of the Curse of Strahd.
Yay!
You
We're all
friend.
going to die.
We're going to be
Yes, you are.
Undead. We get to hug zombies.
All right.
No.
With our
So
fist.
Zombies are actually extremely difficult to kill.
yeah,
Zombies.
Ridiculous.
yeah, and in Strahd's zombies are actually even worse than the normal ones.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Iron, are you okay if I explain why it's so hard to kill zombies, or do you not want me to?
The thing is with killing zombies is that their body parts will actually fall off and continue to fight.
So chop them up into
No,
little pieces.
there's a second reason, actually.
Oh yeah, there's also
It may roll if you kill them, right?
No, you have to overkill them to an extreme extent. That's all.
Yeah.
Or just burn them?
Can
Wait.
we use holy water against them?
No,
Not really.
not really.
But
Oh, we
wait, do
bought
we
them.
have holy water which
Hmm?
we could use?
What? You guys have holy water,
No.
it's just that it wouldn't work. That wouldn't work against
I
You-
can just
we-
burn the fuckers, right?
Alright, anyways guys,
Yeah.
goodbye YouTube.
Bye, you
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.